Hey guys, we're doing a bit of an intro for this one, which might be a bit unusual, but I'm just trying to explain where my headspace is with this one, because there's some context to how I'm going into this. So this game came out of nowhere for me. It was just a sudden surprise. I saw its store page a few days before it was coming out. I'm like, well, this looks fantastic. It's by Iron Galaxy, the people who made Dive Kick and Killer Instinct. I'm like, all right, cool. I never played Killer Instinct, but people seem to like it, and I did like Dive Kick. And look at this art. Like, this art is fantastic, so immediately I'm like, oh, this has got to be something neat. So without knowing anything about it, I was immediately interested. And so I got a key for it, and so I'm like, cool, we're set. I'll just wait for the next opening in my schedule to come in, and we'll probably do a full series on this, right? Because look at this game. And so that was the plan, until I mentioned it, and people discouraged me from playing it at all, warning me, instead of encouraging me to play it, they were warning me away from playing it. I'm like, well, that's unexpected. And so I took another look at the store page now that the game's out, and that's when we get to that fabled, mostly negative review score that is so hard to come by. Also a shockingly low number of reviews for an Iron Galaxy game that came out at this point almost 2 weeks ago. And it gets worse, because then I go to the Metacritic page, and it says 54 with a user score of 1.8. And I'm like, what happened? So now I'm just curious. So usually I go into these really neutral and blind, to the point of not even knowing what genre the game is, and we just launch it up and go. But I'm not quite in that headspace right now, but now I'm curious. What is this about? I haven't read any reviews. I haven't read any of the reviews on the Steam page or the professional reviews or anything, so I don't have context for this yet. All I know is that, wow, something must be going wrong here. So we're just gonna hang out, play Extinction for a while until I feel my my curiosity is sated, and and try to see if we can get some answered questions. And here we go. So I've not read any of the other reviews, so I will not be regurgitating the points of anybody else for that reason, at the very least, unless they're just universal observations. And the part of me that wants to like every game is still there. It's just, let's say my expectations have been severely reduced, and I think that's a useful context to give at the beginning. Click to start, not... I assumed controller support, but there might not be. Alright, let's put that down then. Alright, let's get ready. Game mode, downloadable content. Alright, you guys forgot to make the dark part go behind that, so it's, like, legible correctly. That's just that's weird whenever that shows up in a game. Fantastic starting art, though, aside from that weird hiccup. Almost like they added that menu afterwards, like they didn't originally plan on having a DLC menu thing. Chapter 1. As the Ravenii invasion engulfs the world, the kingdom of Dolorum is all that remains. Avil and Xandra arrive in Dolorum in search of King Yarrow in hopes of gaining his allegiance. Words and things that mean stuff. Hopefully context arrives. Oh, we have sub-menus. So there's 7 chapters in the game, apparently, and there's sub-chapters within them. We have enemy at the gates. Jackal scouts have been sent out ahead of the invading Ravenii. Ravenii? Avil must... I'm just making a guess about every pronunciation of this one, aren't I? Avil must evacuate the citizens of Tablis before the Jackals overrun the village. Primary objective, rescue 15 civilians. Also kill 6 dudes, rescue a rooftop civilian, and beat it in 5 minutes. Right after I find out the control... Oh, well, that's way easier to read after you click on it. Ravenii hit hard. Dodge their attacks to avoid damage and purchase health upgrades to increase your chance of survival. I'd once again recommend putting a background behind that. the white text on a bright background, which has some shadow to the text, but why not make like a little letterbox?
As children, we were told that our world once had heroes. Fairy tales to inspire hope in a world with none. As far back as anyone could remember, mankind had been at war with itself. Orphaned, like so many, I survived by the sword and my wits. Neither of which kept me from being sent to a labor camp. It would have been a death sentence had I not made a friend. Avil kept me safe, and I kept him sane. And together, we would change the course of history.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that imagery to happen.
Did you make it to Delorum?
Yes. I've almost reached the village of Tablis. You were right, Sandra. This place is completely untouched by the invasion.
Have you made contact with the Royal Army?
No. And I'm not exactly getting a warm reception from the locals.
I'm sure they can be seduced by your charms. I was joking, sort of. They may, however, find you more appealing than the jackals about to descend on Tablis.
In moments like this, I actually find myself missing your company, Sandra. How long do I have before the jackals arrive?
Not long. If you don't act quickly, the villagers will be slaughtered. I've teleported escape crystals onto the battlefield. You need only use one of the runestones I gave you to activate them. I'll leave you to it.
Someone help!
The jackals are hunting down civilians. Use your basic attacks to slay them before they slaughter the villagers.
So left click to attack. Wow, my controller's vibrating.
Now charge the crystal to activate the portal and rescue the civilian.
Why does my controller have vibrating? What? Okay, I'm gonna put that on the floor then. It was on something hard, so it was making noise. Does this game have controller support? It wasn't natively picking it up.
I don't understand what's happening. What are those things? Who are you?
My name is Avil, the last of the Sentinels. I am here to ready your people for war.
I don't know anything about fighting monsters.
There is something you can do for your people. Something that will save thousands of lives.
Tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Take this gemstone and personally see that your king receives it. And when he does, tell him to speak my name into the stone.
More people to save. I was very unprepared for the instant introduction of what, like Attack on Titan imagery? A boy and a girl working behind walls that aren't related to each other but form a sort of kinship with each other. Oh, that is way too low. Let's fix that. Wait, gamepad controls. It's not noticing my gamepad. Oh well. I need to make that, no. I didn't make changes. Oh geez, two separate sliders? That always feels really weird when it's a mouse, because if they get slightly off, things are gonna get weird. So I wasn't prepared for immediate attack of a Titan imagery of like a boy and a girl that that live in some kind of walled-off society that aren't family but have a kinship with each other and help each other survive as giant Titan things come in, and they even have the overwall imagery and everything. And also they, after all the mentions of the weird non-backgrounded text, now they are putting a black background behind the text during gameplay, but then they're making this really strange choice of having a giant text size inside of a tiny text box, and it scrolls, and I'm just like, I don't that just makes half the text illegible half the time because it's halfway onto the screen, and I'm like, that's just... these are weird choices. They're just weird. There we go, that's better. Ah!
I need to dodge when I'm being attacked.
Left shift is dodge. I felt the need to pause because the game is talking constantly.
Your objectives at any time.
Whoa. Right-click charges something up, and you do that. Right, I have to manually save you guys. Go, 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 go.
These refugees are lucky you showed up in time.
That... Huh. So I gotta do... Whoa. You just destroy walls by colliding with them. Not the worst thing, though, because if that happens, then that means that you don't have to worry about collision constantly stopping you. Well, you start to feel a little bad for all the destruction you're causing, right?
Some people have climbed onto their rooftops to hide from those monsters. Too bad I'm not much of a climber myself.
If I jump onto the side of the building, I can climb up the wall to reach the top.
Ah. I think that person's safe already. Yeah, they're gone. Alright, so I'm definitely... So far, combat is just me clicking left, click a lot. Oh no, somebody died. Well. Alright, well that just completely missed. Alright, well never mind. Let's not try to use that skill. Wow. Alright. Looks like an incredibly effective, massive mega attack, but it seems to not be effective against enemies of this size. Hello.
The citizens of Delorum are lucky to have you, Avil.
Nope, that person's under attack. Stop that. Stop that. So far, fighting these guys is very uninteresting, because I'm just clicking left a lot.
That was just nasty.
Like, we're talking less interesting than Dynasty Warriors combat. It even seems to auto-lock onto the individual enemy, so you can just go face whatever direction you want with the camera. I think that's what's happening.
I knew we could count on you.
I'm hoping this is just the tutorial. Well, that's a lot of unique character models for enemies to make if it's just the tutorial. There must be normal enemies throughout the game that you just left-click on.
Congratulations. You're still alive.
The portals are opening as you said they would. I was able to send many of the townspeople to safety.
It isn't enough.
I know. I sent your speaking stone off to the king. We'll see if he, in his royal wisdom, sees fit to make an alliance, or if he is as foolish as those who fell before him.
I know how you feel, but we're out of options. We will need to coordinate with the royal forces to fight the coming hordes, and we're going to need them soon.
The jackals I killed, they were scouts.
Yes, I hope you're ready, because the Ravenii will be attacking soon.
Did he say I'm the last of the Sentinels? Not Guardians. Does that mean there's nobody else like me? That means we're boned, right? Like, that's pretty bad. Wait, these are maximum upgraded? I guess they just wanted to show every skill you have in this tree or something. I can afford a lot of these things, actually. Hold E when near a group of civilians to rescue them. Oh, 20% faster. Bounce 10% higher off of canopies and trees. Increase health by 20%, so they're all incremental upgrades. That's not the most exciting thing to have, where it's like your upgrade tree is just the skills you already have, but their percentages change. And these are all hidden away. Hopefully there'll be some cooler stuff, because whenever there's a skill tree that's just some percentage increases, that's always kind of a bummer. Let's go for faster portals, because it can help me get them safe faster and get onto other tasks. We'll start with that. Purchase now. Vaultite. Didn't... Well, that was already there, wasn't it? Oh, it's telling me the things I already saw and already purchased. Delay pressing the attack button to perform... Alright. Titan's Wrath. The Ravenii has been spotted approaching the city of Petrol. And Avil, I've already forgot how she said it actually, must defend the outskirts of Petrol while he awaits the king's response. Destroy 2 armor, kill 8 jackals, complete it in under 7 minutes. Destroy 2 armor. I'm assuming that'll make sense in context.
Has King Euro made contact yet?
So far, nothing but silence.
Avil, we will need alliances to win this war. The most expedient way to convince the king of our intent is to continue fighting for his people and defending his cities. And when you do speak with the king, may I suggest employing a morsel of diplomacy?
I will think on it, Sandra. Now, tell me of our enemy. What is their location? Last we spoke, they were on course for Petrol.
You've arrived just in time. The horde has almost reached the city limits. Now go, and show the people of Petrol how a Ravenii dies.
7 minutes.
Executing Ravenii requires rune energy. Charge your rune energy by killing jackals and rescuing civilians. Admit it, Avil. You're enjoying yourself out there.
I'm saved! I am saved!
Enjoy being alive. You're lucky after you were found by the only remaining guardian, apparently. Sentinel. Words mean things. Nope. Damn, these guys spawn everywhere. Like, faster than I can kill them in some of these cases.
These refugees need your protection.
Ow.
Don't let them die.
My bad. I'm not trying to let them die, but they're attacking everywhere at the same time. I'm one person. Does this game have multiplayer? Because it feels like it should, with how multi-location these guys are. You thought that guy was gonna beat me? He didn't even hit me. See, that guy hit me at least. Alright. It's surprisingly hard to hit them sometimes. The character kind of wanders off elsewhere.
I am a spice trader, the richest in all of Delorum. Anything you want, my friend, I will make it yours.
I need you to simply send a message to your king. I gave him the means to contact me directly. Have him do so immediately.
He can contact you directly, but you can't contact him directly. That seems like a design flaw. Maybe it's an authority thing, but seems like kind of an important thing to keep track of, is being able to contact him immediately.
What is this tower?
We use the watchtowers to keep an eye out for threats. From the top, you can see far beyond the outskirts of Petrol.
I bet climbing the watchtowers would give me a better vantage point.
I have a map already, though. Save all the people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ah. Alright.
Look who's early. Avil, get after that Ravenii before he starts destroying the town.
Did going high up in the air cause that to happen? Like, did I spawn that guy by going into the air? Because I'm like, I'm sorry, everybody. I just doomed you. I might not get to save you now. I think I've got a time limit to deal with that guy.
Efforts, I would be dead.
This is only the beginning. If any of us are going to survive what's coming, I need your king to work with me.
I have a contact on the court. I will send urgent word.
Alright, this might be a little bit... They might be going a little overboard on the dialogue. Like a little bit. It's just a lot of dialogue for... I'm just not doing that much yet. Oh, civilian died. I'm just hitting some little orcs and saving some dudes. Maybe have like a cutscene afterwards that contextualize, like, oh, you saved these people, and like, this guy's a traitor, and this guy's a dude that'll help with this other thing.
Squishy little things, aren't they?
Can I break trees? Nope. Alright, well. God, you're big.
Avil, you remember how this works.
Do I?
Hold your rune strike and aim at the Raveni's armor and limbs. Release rune strike to attack.
Okay. Gotta save these people real quick, though. Don't mind me.
I knew we could count on you.
There we go. Seems best to not fight the guys if they're distracted attacking the normal people.
Great job. Keep it up.
So that's the, is that the armor?
Great job, Avil.
Holy crap, he turned around fast.
Removing a Raveni's armor and severing its limbs also charges your rune energy. Once you have enough, you will be able to execute the Ravenii. Now aim your
where am I?
strike just below the Raveni's knee to sever its leg.
Did I get him? I got him! You don't get to have legs
Now
anymore.
finish this. Climb to the base of the Raveni's skull. The ogre's neck will glow when you can target it for your rune strike.
This degree of tutorialization is kind of deflating the moment a little bit of the hype ass thing that they want me to be excited about.
Now, Avil, execute the Ravenii.
Did I mess it up? Where's the camera going? It's like going in different directions. There we go.
Severing a Raveni's limb will only hinder them momentarily. After a short time, the Ravenii will regenerate its severed limbs. Great work, Avil. That's one less Ravenii we have to kill.
It's a drop in the ocean. If we don't begin coordinating our efforts with the Royal Army, we will soon be overrun by their numbers.
When word of your bravery reaches the king, he will be compelled to trust you.
And while we wait for the fool king to gather his courage, the Ravenii marshal their forces.
You are more right than you know. Another horde is approaching, and this one is better armed.
The next town will not be as fortunate as the last.
Did I succeed at all the things? Yeah! I gotta say the dialogue's kind of killing the pacing already. There's definitely, I'm already having moments of like, okay, it's fine, just stop talking. It's fine, no, I get it. Yeah, there's a king, there's orcs. Kill the orcs, I mean the ogres, it's fine. It's I think most of my time playing the game so far has been watching text scroll while really vanilla voice acting plays, and it's not what the majority of my, I feel like that's not what they want necessarily, is for the majority of my time to be spent waiting. The Iron Giant, with still no word from the king, Avil encounters a heavily armored Ravenii making its way into Dolorum. Kill the dude. Destroy 4 armor. Kill 1 Ravenii with both legs intact. Alright. Complete the mission in under 6 minutes. So kill a Ravenii while its legs are intact must mean I could climb up its leg, up. Maybe I can climb up it while it's not even downed yet, or maybe I can climb up it, and then wait for its legs to regenerate and then attack it.
Avil, you've arrived just in time. The first of the Ravenii are already approaching the town.
I see you finished deploying the escape crystals as well. I'll slay this monster and save as many as I can.
Avil, that Ravenii seems to be wearing some kind of heavy armor. Are you sure you can handle it?
You worry about getting your crystals to the surrounding town, Sandra. I'll worry about the Ravenii.
That's an animation. When he attacks the houses, they just, like, explode into dust.
Remember, executing Ravenii requires rune energy.
Yeah, you told me 2 minutes ago, dude.
Jackals and rescuing civilians.
You just told me. What? Now they're just wasting their breath. It's weird.
This iron armor looks to be bound by large iron locks. I'll try taking those out first.
Literal locks. He's got giant, like, padlocks on his armor.
No challenge.
That's fascinating. Alright, why not? If I cut his leg off, it's probably easier to get to the lock on his other leg. Oof. Where's the lock? There it is. No, he's moving around a lot. The game's really worried I'm gonna forget the thing I just did a second ago already. It's weird. I can use my rune strike on the locks. I'm like, yeah, I did. His lock's gone.
I've got to hit the weak points when they are glowing.
Severing a Raveni's limb will only hinder them momentarily. After a short time, the Ravenii will regenerate its severed limbs.
Where are your other locks at? You have other locks?
I need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Ravenii.
Is it down here? There's one. So you have to hit it twice, it looks like. Come back here. Oh god, you're high up. You were very big. Has anyone told you that? Oh, right. Oh. Ow. Holy crap. That was all of the hit points. They're gone now. Please get back on the ground again. Now. No, don't jump. I'm trying to lock on. There we go.
I can sever the Raveni's limbs if I target their weak points with a rune strike.
Is that...
Use my rune strike on the locks.
Can I not cut your arms off? How do I cut your arm off? Where's your weak spot on your arm? There we go.
Now go behead a Ravenii.
I'm waiting for his leg to come back so I can get the star. How well do I stay on him, by the way? Oh, he stood up. Alright.
I'll have to aim my rune strike carefully to hit those locks.
What lock? Hit his neck. It's right there. Is there a lock on his helmet? Where is it? Does he know I'm on him right now? Oh, there's his arm. Oh, there's a lock on his forehead.
Careful, Avil.
Oh, he got me?
Find cover to regain your health.
Find cover? Like... Is there... Oh, cover's over...
Hey, you might have deserved that one.
Wait, what? Oh, he hit me? Wait, you might have deserved that one. That's a dick thing to say to your seemingly blood brother or whatever dying in combat, presumably. Or wait, am I just back? His armor's still off, so he didn't. Oh, there's a lock on his forehead. Even so, I kill him by attacking his neck. But even though I kill him by attacking his neck and his neck's fully exposed, I can't kill him yet for reasons. I have to take his helmet off. Oh, we dissolved the building I was on. Why do I have to take out his I have to jump on his forehead, I guess. Oh god. Alright, how do I... Alright.
Find cover to regain your health.
Why do I even have a health bar? It dissolves instantly, holy shit. Hey, his arm. I can climb that. Do 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 do. Da. No. No. How do I get 2 blows on him in a row? Can I... Oh my god, you can dash in midair like crazy. I'm a superhero. I'm gonna go in your armpit real quick.
I can sever the Raveni's limbs if I target their weak points with a rune strike.
Careful, Avil. Find cover.
I was trying to be careful. I can't find his... There we go. What happened? What? What?
Careful, Avil.
Wait, did that other guy get me? I didn't even know he was there. That was... Wow, okay. So at any point, a micro enemy can, like, destroy me. But, like, how... I mean, they must technically be on they're technically on the mini-map, I guess. You don't have limbs. I don't particularly care about that gold. That's all like, hey...
May take several rune strikes to remove. Keep at it.
I don't particularly care about the goal that says, make his legs be intact right now. I'm stuck in his armpit. I'm just gonna kill you. Why won't it work? What? Okay, no, go back up. Go back. Why am I going down? What? I was hitting spacebar to climb up, and he was not... That was weird. No, go back. Alright, please climb him again. Alright, I'll cut his legs back off.
I can sever the Raveni's limbs if I target their strength.
Oh, that one looked like it really hurt.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get punched by a building, is it usually hurts. Am I crazy or is this the same? Shit.
All right.
Holy shit, they have really giant, fast attacks that cover like an entire city block in a half second. Does my dodge even work at that point? No, I tried to jump over the shockwave, but I timed it wrong.
Be more careful, Avil.
He didn't hit me. Wait, but he didn't hit me. What? He blatantly didn't hit me with that one. I guess just hit dodge every time they attack, no matter what. Because there's a significantly low chance that you'll survive no matter what, because even if they don't hit you, it'll kill you instantly. Climb his peck. There we go.
Now, Avil, execute the Ravenii.
Okay, so for all of the normal attacks, you can jump at them, hold down right trigger, aim at them, and attack. But for the execution strike, that doesn't work.
These people owe you their lives.
This time, Sandra. But what of the next? And the next? Without the King's aid, we're relegated to a single battlefield, while the Ravenii push forward on multiple fronts.
You're right, Avil. Which is why we must convince him to join us. This war will not be won by swords alone.
There's currently a really strange quirk where for all of the limbs and locks and so on, you just jump at them, hold down right trigger, do the attack, and that's it. You just aim it. But for the neck attack, the finisher, you can't do that. So I keep trying to do it and it doesn't work. What you actually have to do is you have to walk onto his neck, and then you have to start it like it's a quick-time event. Like you have to walk into the area that has the right-click prompt, then hit right-click, and it begins to do the attack. Which is weird, why that one move defies the rules that the rest of the game runs by. It's just a strange choice. Let's get more health. I'm not sure how much that'll help, though, because holy crap, they just one-shot you. Damn, bro. Expert combat. Grapple whip can be used in certain buildings. Branches. I have a grapple whip. What? Royal proposition. They told me multiple times how to get rune energy, but they haven't told me about my whip. Trouble arrives in the city of Multnomah, just as word from the King Yarrow finally arrives. Avil must defend Multnomah against the invading Ravenii forces to gain the king's confidence. Defend. Enter. Alright. Rescue 16 civilians. 30% extinction meter. Under 8 minutes. The extinction meter seems to be like, yeah, it's the population of the city dropping. And so the faster you beat the enemies, or the more you delay them while you're defeating them also, the less population is lost, and that must be how you actually lose. It seems like the only consequence of getting killed in this game is that you get teleported back a little bit.
This is King Yarrow, ruler of Dolorum. You have requested an audience?
This is Avil, the last Sentinel, and I wish to strike an alliance with your highness.
Was it your sorcery that created this speaking stone?
My ally, Xandra, crafted this instrument, and others from the weapons of our enemies.
If your boons are so great, why do you seek an alliance?
King Yarrow, I cannot be everywhere. At this moment, I am approaching Multnomah, where a deadly horde approaches.
Multnomah? No, that's too soon. I dispatched a garrison to the city, but they won't arrive in time. If you are as skilled as I have heard, Avil, then please, save as many of my people as you can.
Why do you seek an alliance? Because there's a giant horde of mega titans murdering everyone? Why are we not allies? What the fuck? Just seems ill-advised. What is my whip grapple? F. I didn't know. Oh, Ravenii lock-on was C. When were they gonna tell me these buttons? They've told me about the rune energy like multiple times because they thought I'd forget about it in 3 minutes. Hey you, get out of here. You're gonna die. Everyone's going to die.
Good work, Avil. My people thank you.
Everyone get out of here or you're gonna die. You're gonna die, 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 die.
Avil, if too much of the town is destroyed or its people killed, we will have failed.
That's, figured that out via the context clues. It's called the Extinction meter. It's kind of, self-explanatory. Honestly. Don't know if we needed to contextualize it that much heavier.
I'll have to charge up my rune energy to
Woo!
take this thing down.
Okay. I can't really go that far, though. Zoom. Alright.
Avil, valid rune strike targets.
There's a lock.
When you aim at them.
I can use my rune strike on the locks.
Nice work. Keep going.
Ow! How did he... I was in the air. Did that hit... I don't think it's...
No time to waste.
How did I
Get back
die?
in there, Avil.
What are the hitboxes in this game? As far as I could tell, the stomp didn't hit me, and I wasn't on the ground, so you couldn't say it was a shockwave. And his other hit also didn't look like it hit me at all, and I'm just really confused by all the dying I'm doing. Hey there. Oh no, that guy died right when he was being saved. Tragedy. Listen, I'm just mildly I'm curious about the rock formations. Just trying to see real quick if a certain one's going to show its head. I don't think it will. Oh, hey, buddy. Would you like to not be dead? Boy, do I have news for you. There you go. More experience currency for me. I better stop this extinction event from happening. Minor details.
I should build more rune energy.
Good work. Now go behead a Ravenii.
Choing! Took that leg off. It kind of feels like I'm fighting the same enemy over and over again so far. He doesn't have a helm, does he? Nope.
Strike to execute the Ravenii.
He's dead. There we go.
Your work here isn't done yet.
Oh shit.
That Ravenii you just executed wasn't the only one on its way to Moltnamar.
I was gonna say that it seemed like an easy 30%.
It looks like this Ravenii brought along a friend.
Fuck.
You'll have to face them both. When you execute a Ravenii, your rune energy will begin to drain. You will need to build it up again in order to execute another Ravenii.
Kinda figured. Otherwise it'd be a weird resource. Oh, one of them spawned here. Oh, I guess I don't have to go anywhere. Gonna have to build it up again. Well, good. Thankfully there's suddenly more civilians, it would appear. At least I think that's more. Don't kill that guy. I need him alive. Ow. Rude. Okay, y'all are being rude now.
You cannot let this happen.
I'm trying not to let it happen, but you know, you seemed to not have any guards here. And your entire escort strategy is use a magic crystal that they can't use? What is this? What is this? What is this evacuation? The only way to leave is to use a magic crystal that they can't use. And no one's here to use it for them.
Just before an attack hits you to avoid taking damage.
I know what a dodge is. Oh god, we're down to 50%. I want to save the civilians, but there seems to be like an almost infinite number of them.
My people are dying, Avil. You cannot let this happen.
You should have more than one person defending your city. It's really your fault. You're supposed to be a king or something? You're bad at being a king.
I need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Ravenii.
Alright, that one's kind of on me.
Please be more careful, Avil.
Why aren't you
You
helping?
must not let the Ravenii destroy the city of Avil. You are its people's only hope.
In the game that this is clearly based on, the lady's a badass and super useful at the combat. Why isn't she helping?
Nice work.
The art style also reminds me of Orcs Must Die, a game where there's also a badass lady that's really helpful in these situations.
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them.
I am aware. You can stop telling me now. It's just kind of weird. Kill strike ready. Did you have a helm on?
Avil, you must protect the city and its people. If it falls, we
Can I
have
not,
lost.
I guess? Oh, you have a shitty helm. Okay. Just fly over here. Hey, I'm on your head. How's it going? Zhutoosh. Yeah, I did not accomplish that 30% goal. Not even remotely.
My people are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing?
I'm trying. Jesus. I mean, I would just run around and rescue everyone to win, but I don't think that works. I don't think rescuing anyone has any effect on the percentage. At some point, you would think that I could just automatically win at the extinction rate stat by just rescuing. That was 3%. Goddamn. You would think that at some point I'd be able to undo the apparent extinction by just rescuing 30% of the population, and then they wouldn't be able to drop below 30% because all those people would be safe. But instead, my rescuing people doesn't seem to impact the negative growth of the whole everyone dying thing.
Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them. Avil, your rune energy is fully charged.
Ow.
Hold your rune strike and aim for the base of the Raveni's neck.
Shut up. I gotta check. Gameplay. No, that's graphics. I assume they're already set to high. I forgot to check. Yeah. Gameplay. There's no stop talking button. Oh. Dang it. Because they never stop talking. There's not even a dial. There's not even a voice slider in the audio settings. It's just game audio and music audio. Weird. It's just she keeps re-explaining the things that I'm doing correctly already. It's one thing if I'm like clearly not doing it right, but I'm doing it. It's okay. A video game player can miss every now and then. You don't have to re-explain the entire mechanic if they miss. That's normal. Like, could you imagine playing Doom 2016 and it's like, Doom guy, you need to aim at somebody with your reticle and pull the trigger. And then they just re-explain that every single time you miss a single shot in the game? It'd be kind of absurd. Zhutoosh. So the extinction percentage definitely seems to be very heavily based on the big dudes and not the little dudes.
Many of my people owe you their lives.
We are still losing too many.
I agree. Your ally,
Xandra.
She creates your weapons.
The Ravenii use a rare mineral to travel between worlds. Xandra was able to fabricate this talking stone and our own portals from similar materials.
I have at my disposal some of the most gifted alchemists, and even they do not understand the properties of this talking stone.
Xandra is brilliant in many ways, yet as skilled as we are, she and I will not be enough to win this war. Will you combine your forces with our own to defeat this enemy, Your Highness?
Initially, I was reluctant to believe your claims. I had always thought the Sentinels to be a myth, a story to put children to bed.
And now?
I believe.
Oh, I'm a Witcher. That's what's going on. Now I realize why this sounds familiar. I'm a Witcher in this game. What I'm waiting to see is whether the game has more in store for me. I definitely want to just be able to save people faster and faster, frankly. 50% faster. I'm waiting to see if any more gameplay elements get introduced, because at the moment, I'm definitely like chopping a dude's leg off, then cutting his head off, and sometimes there's a few things to hit along the way. But that's not the most interesting system so far. Rune gravity. Rune energy overflow. I probably should check that. Whoops. Expert combat allows Avil to attack while dodging, unlocking new combo possibilities. Rune gravity. Reduces gravity while aiming rune strikes by 10%. Attacks deal 10% more damage when rune energy is full. Increases base slowdown while aiming syringe strike by 40%. Ooh, make it even slower. At some point the game will just stop moving and you can aim freely. Infestation. A more dangerous breed of jackal has been spotted among the Ravenii forces. Avil must hold these creatures back as King Yarrow's men evacuate the refugees. So there's 18 civilians to save. Kill 25 jackals. Do not die. 5 minutes. I might be able to save the people. Do not die might not be that hard. The jackals are pretty easy so far, and it sounds like there might not be any regulars, any big guys. I'm already getting the feeling of, hey, why not delete... Let's maybe delete the jackals from the game. They're just not... I don't think they complement the game.
To the locations you decided were most vulnerable to attack. But I fear this strategy leaves my forces spread thin.
I need your army to play a defensive role. By alerting me of attacks as they occur, I can engage the enemy while your forces see to the safety of your people. We'll use signals in the watchtowers to guide refugees through the safest escape routes. Slowing the horde down while we move people out of their path will minimize casualties, while Zandra attempts to build a portal strong enough for us to escape the Ravenii.
Avil, do you hear that? The alarm has been raised. The Ravenii are attacking on multiple fronts.
Get your people to safety, and I'll fight as many as I can.
Avil, we've gotten several reports of terrifying new jackals in the area. Don't let them harm the civilians.
Ow. It might be less that you lock on and more that you attack in the direction that you were facing. Even after you rotate the camera. I think that's more of what's going on. Alright, well, I've upgraded my civilian thing. I kind of feel like this game might as well just delete jackals from the game. They're not interesting to fight. And oh wow, that's an insanely slow one. But the jackals aren't interesting to fight because all I do is mash left click a lot.
Even more people will die.
God damn, they're getting killed fast. Why is this crystal faulty? The other ones were so good.
That was just nasty.
Try us again. Oh yeah, so you have to kill the local jackals. So we have a new rule all of a sudden where that's a thing, I guess? Because before I was able to just rescue them.
Is safe thanks to you.
You bet your ass. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like I'm the harbinger of doom, because every time I approach refugees, monsters magically spawn around them that weren't there a moment ago. It feels like I'm the bad guy here. Is this Overlord?
Thanks to your efforts, these people will live to see another day.
This area looks a little empty. I still like the art style. If you, except for the rocks, especially in the distance, it looks like you definitely can kind of see the individual rock assets that are just kind of being copy-pasted and rearranged here and there. It's a little stretched out in low detail. Man, saving these guys is surprisingly hard. There we go. You guys get out of here.
My people thank you.
I'm guessing I should kill these guys as I find them. So if I go past them, they're probably gonna just chase me to the people. Unfortunately, this is just astonishingly unengaging. These guys, you just click a lot. And they don't seem to be able to fight back once you start hitting them. So the current concern instead seems to be whether or not somebody else is going to sneak up behind you while you're attacking them.
I have to save the civilians.
Oh, they spawned here anyway.
You must not let the Ravenii destroy the city of Avil. You are its people's only hope.
Yeah, why is that? Why is nobody else trained for combat in this world? Why am I the only hope of anyone? I've been to a lot of cities now already. This is like the 5th one. That seems like a design flaw for society. We really need to revamp this shit. I'm really Really getting that feeling that I'm the person who is stuck dealing with the symptoms instead of the causes of a problem. Oh my goodness, that's so many enemies. This is where I would hope for like an AoE slow spell, or crowd control, or charm, or polymorph.
Avil, what are you doing? The Ravenii are destroying my kingdom.
I lost? It says 0%? What? How do I do better? Wait, what? My objective is to run up to the dudes and save them, and...
The royal army has been dispersed.
Alright, left shift, hold the skip. There we go.
Avil,
I said skip.
Reports of terrifying new jackals in the area.
Or
Don't let them
said
harm the
skip.
civilians.
Ow. You can't stand down the crystal.
Might have to handle these monsters first.
Yes, I do, unfortunately. I was trying to see if I can get away with it. But I don't think I can. I'm so confused. Because the combat feels so incredibly shallow and unengaging, and it feels like I'm mindlessly winning, and I should be acing it. And yet I lost. And I'm like, how did I lose then? Like, how... What was I supposed to do better? Was there another one back here? No, that's the boundary of the map. There's no one to save over here. Did I... that's my only assumption I can think of is, did I miss someone I was supposed to save? Haha, you're normal crystal. That means I don't have to fight these guys.
Sentinel.
Although it's a little less Attack on Titan and more City of Heroes at the moment, with me magically flying around like that. I guess that's what I must have been doing wrong, is to not fight the dudes, because you actually want, if it doesn't have the special crystal that requires you to kill everyone, then you just shouldn't kill everyone. Holy shit, we just dropped 20%. I got to this crystal at 9. It dropped 30%? What the fuck? It dropped 30% in like 5 seconds. It was just at 91. Oh my god.
Nice job, Avil. Keep up the good work.
Oh my god, game, calm down. Ah. Why do they have to spawn right when I get here? I'm gonna attack all the green ones first, I guess, because they die faster. And I don't know if any of them do more damage than other ones to the civilians themselves. But I did the blue ones first last time, which take way longer to kill. They're still dying. It's just, I'm just clicking. That's all the combat is. It's really hard not to stress that I'm just clicking. Can I go back to fighting the giant things? Like, it wasn't the most engaging thing ever, but it was seemingly the point of the game. Huh. You guys get out of here. Hey guys, do you think my armor has enough abs yet? My weird ninja-inspired armor?
Be bringing the fight to the Ravenii, not waiting for them to attack us.
Other leaders had that same idea, Your Highness. They saw their armies butchered and their kingdoms reduced to ash. This isn't any war you've fought before, or any enemy you've ever known.
And what will you do to prevent Dolorum from suffering a similar fate? Do you believe Xandra can truly build a device capable of ending this war?
I do. If you were to assist Xandra in her work and give her the resources of your court, we may find that solution sooner.
Very well. I will welcome your ally into my palace and give her the full resources of my kingdom.
Wonderful. You will soon experience her genius for yourself, and furthermore, I think you will find her to be an entertaining addition to your court.
Is her disposition as taciturn as your own?
Oh no, she's far worse.
This is madness. We should be on the attack instead of the defense. To attack, you need an army. Or soldiers, or people trained to do what I do. And you don't seem to have that. So, like, maybe do that. You know? Like, I'm the only person. You're like, God, we should be attacking instead of defending. I'm like, I'm the only person here. What do you expect? I'm alone. Increases base jump height by 20%. Sure, why not? But doing maybe one more mission. It's definitely already kind of wearing me down where I'm just like, there's just not much going on in this game so far. You unlock new skills way faster than you get money to actually spend on them. Like, all of those cost thousands. Part 6, Taking Stock. Avil must slow the Ravenii advance, and they can't... what the fuck? What is this interface? What? Alright, anyway. Avil must slow the Ravenii advance in the kingdom outskirts while Xandra begins preparations to the king's palace. Kill 4 Ravenii. This is... chaos. Don't do this. Just show the list. Make the font a little smaller if you have to, or display it better. There's no reason for the screen this spacious to have, like, scrolling text. City, frontier, wilds, barrens, hamlet, valley, village. What the fuck? Oh! Is it saying that it's randomized? Okay. That makes more sense. They used the same scrolling text on dialogue, so I was really confused why they were doing it here. But no, that was a different purpose. Kill 4 Ravenii and 10 jackals. That's an interesting proportion you got there.
She is a talented and spirited individual.
You may come to appreciate her candor.
I will send an expedition to collect the material she requires, but it is not easily obtained.
No, it is not. But you must move quickly. Every day we are losing ground to the Ravenii.
I know, and they are closing in on your location as we speak. Try to stall their advance as much as you can. We'll speak again shortly.
It is, it's very hard to care about the dialogue. It's just... we are in a war. Do the war. War. Serious war. Like, it's hard to shake that it's just like a lot of dialogue that doesn't amount to much. Given in a very flat affect where everyone is kind of at the same tone at all times. It's just, I don't know. Kind of just want the game to stop talking. I might start hitting skip, but more likely I'm probably just going to be done soon. Get out of here before you die. Hey, buddy. Do you wear a helmet? You do not. What?
Gods protect us.
I wasn't even...
I'm fine, Your Highness. Attend to your own affairs.
That's not... That's not even... What? Wasn't I in the middle of his back still, and he, like, reached back to kill me, and I instantly died, but I don't think I was in the part of his body where the... where his hand went?
I must find cover to regain my...
That was a hit?
You must persevere.
But he did a shockwave, and I jumped, which is how you avoid shockwaves in video games, and I died anyway. What? Oh boy. a monster hunter, this currently is not.
I need to aim for the base of the neck.
So once he initiates that backswing thing, it's literally impossible for you to kill him. The prompt that normally shows up when you get to the nape of his neck disappears.
Today, Sentinel.
Get out of here before they murder you, murder you, murder you. Get out of here before they murder you, and then you will be dead. Clicky clicky. So I am so strong I can take out one of those guys' necks in one swing, but I have to combo these guys, like, for 15 hits in a row? To have the super attack, but I've never been able to hit the small guys with it. It seems to always miss.
How long can I keep them at bay?
Possibly because, and if it's possible to hit them with, I guess maybe it's this guy has just bad training and he swings like a jackass. 'Cause he does a weird diagonal swing. When if he did a horizontal attack, he'd be able to sweep entire groups of those enemies. But instead he swings the most inefficient possible way if I target normal size enemies, which is massively unhelpful.
Another Ravenii for me to slay.
Woo! Almost, but not quite. Oh god damn it. Again?
I need to aim for the base of the neck.
Ta-da! And fly away like Superman. What a mixed bag. There's little moments of good game feel where you're like, ah, yeah, look at him dash around, and the animations for the attacks are nice. But like it takes like 3 attempts to aim them sometimes, and you get instant killed by attacks that didn't even make contact with you, and lots of weird stuff.
Avil, slay it at once.
I feel like I'd at least get it if like the shockwave attacks that where you were getting hit by just knocked you back and that was it. Like I can kind of accept that. But they can instant kill you with the shockwave. Like a stomp attack happens and you jump in the air, and while you're jumped in the air, you'll get instant killed by a shockwave, and I'll be just like, I don't understand, like, why the game runs that way. We're not ready yet. Whoopsie. Swing. Taking out that PCU. I've got another confession to make. Stop reaching. There we go. He didn't itch his neck for 5 seconds. I got him.
Forget what you've done here today, Sentinel.
If they forgot, I would really question their grasp on how important the situation is. It's really not the worst gameplay loop fighting these guys, but it's definitely getting samey already. Where I just kind of do the same thing over and over again. Target all the pieces of armor to fill up a meter that arbitrarily takes X amount to fill up for some reason. Whatever the fuck rune energy is. You broke that piece of wood on that guy's leg. You've charged your rune energy. Like, what does that even mean? I kind of wish that you could just kill them instantly no matter what if you got to their weak spot, and the actual fight was the puzzle of getting to their weak spot, like in a Zelda fight or something, or even or even like Shadow of the Colossus, which I am playing on the channel right now, so I may be a little conditioned to think about that game right now. He did the wibble wobble thing where he tries to shake me off, you know, like in Shadow of the Colossus, where he shakes his shoulders a lot because I'm on him. Although, unlike Shadow of the Colossus, he realized that he can attack me by grabbing me with his hand, which is amusing, because in Shadow of the Colossus, they all like strangely don't just kill you when you're on them. Like it seems just really dumb that if I chopped off both of his arms and both of his legs, that I can't just kill him at that point. Like I took off all of his armor and both of his arms and both of his legs, and he's completely helpless and flailing like a weird like infant, and I can't beat him.
Responsible for her safety.
I understand. She means much to you.
Her wisdom cuts as sharp as my blade. This war will not be won by force alone. We will need her contributions to survive.
I will guard her with my life.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Your Highness, it pains you to speak my title, doesn't it?
My history with royalty has been solely as a pawn, slave, and quarry.
And for whom did you serve?
It does not matter. Rulers were beheaded and replaced before their bodies were yet cold. Those ever-loyal citizens pledged themselves to their new king with the same breath that they cursed the last, and yet all the while they suffered. I serve none but myself now.
Got the Raveniis, but not the Jackals. Which, you know, if I'm not going to be required to fight Jackals, I'm not going to do it because they're very boring to fight. More health, I guess. And back. More new skills or no? Alright. So this... I think I'm going to stop here. So this has been Extinction. Boys, it's hard to... Oh, I'm already in Chapter 2. I thought the numbers were going to reset. But no. Starting in Chapter 5... starting in Mission 5, I was already in Chapter 2. Okay. So it seems like it's not a very long game, and it's... I believe it's $60, too. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I'd really recommend this game. It does have potential, but it feels like this... It feels like I'm playing the early proof of concept thing, where they show off the fun gameplay loop that they've kind of set up, and then they need to make levels, and it feels like there aren't levels yet. I would say if... This is all armchair game design crap, so it's like, you know... it's already kind of a level of bullshit to go with here, but my takeaway, I think, is that the rune meter should be gone, and jackals should be gone. Keep the civilians you save, that's fine, but if you save civilians, then that should be like locking in some of the percentage or something as far as your final score goes, where like that's like those are people you did save successfully, so the fact that it doesn't affect the extinction meter in any way that you save people is kind of weird. But I would say get rid of all the fodder, just keep the giant fights, and then the giant fights would need to be like a series of interesting puzzle fights. Like a weird hybrid between Monster Hunter and Shadow of the Colossus or something, where like you have the big hulking unique creatures that have weak spots and puzzle elements. Like maybe they have really complicated armor. Like the lock system kind of has potential of like you could have this hilariously complicated puzzle box armor that becomes more and more obtuse and comical as a result on these giant ogres, of them trying to have this arms race against the Sentinel, where they keep making more and more complicated armor to stop the Sentinel from killing them all the time, and that it all just comes down to trying to expose the weak spot so you can kill them. And when you get the weak spot, they should just die. Like it's really silly that you have to fill up a weird arbitrary meter that seems divorced from the actual game and seems to be completely nonsensical. If I take off all of the pieces of armor on an entire dude and then cut off both of his arms and both of his legs, and I still can't kill him because the meter says I can't, that's just not good game feel. That's not great. Otherwise though, like the zooming around and the mid-air dash and the attacks, like those are all close to being in a good spot there. The attacks are satisfying to do. There's weird control hiccups where it's like I can't climb a dude when I think I should be climbing the dude, and I don't know why it's not climbing him, which is weird. And the hitboxes of the enemies feel really questionable, but yeah, I'd say the upside is basically the mobility moves feel good to, like when you pull them off. The art style looks good, and the attack animations look good, and the enemy designs are neat for what they are. The monsters seem to have a few different body types and different pieces of armor on them, but it needs more diversity. The game already feels samey, and I kind of don't really want to go anymore, and I'm only in Chapter 2, but at the same time, I'd also say I'm already in Chapter 2, holy crap. I've seen 2 of the 7 chapters that this game has to present to me, and I've mostly fought one dude over and over again, and not, instead of different variations of dude or a bunch of different unique monsters. The whole thing just kind of has an undercooked feeling, which is really made all the more shocking by how nice it looks, because it looks like a finished game until you look at the details of like what its campaign consists of and how its mechanics work and stuff, and then that's where it looks less finished, unfortunately. Anyway, I got a code for this like always. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching like always, guys, and I will see you next time.